Hi everybody, this is Alchemist2 and I'm back again with another movie review. Recently I watched a lesser known film. It's called George and the Dragon, and as you can see there are two actors here, Michael Clarke Duncan and Patrick Swayze, who are no longer with us. And Michael Clarke Duncan, he plays a Moor by the name of Tarik, or Tarik as they call him in the movie, and he's a friend of George. Well, at the very beginning, they're really not friends because George is a knight of the Crusades, and of course, Tarik's a Moor and a Muslim. But they actually reveal as to what brought them together as friends and comrades, and it's really quite incredible. And it shows a really um, marvelous version of what could be if we were to be uh, humanitarian and egalitarian and true Christians, like George is in this film. Um, Patrick Swayze's character plays a prince by the name of Garth, and you come to hate him later on. At first, you really like his character because you think that he has a lot of integrity, and you think that he's an honorable man, and you just feel that he is a conscientious type of prince um, who knows everything there is to know about Princess Luna, to whom he's to be betrothed. You learn very quickly that's not the case, and Luna is really amazing. She is the type of woman who could fend for herself, and quite well without the help of a knight coming to her rescue or a prince. Um, it's a really adventurous story, and it's full of fantasy and action and really amazing fight scenes, horseback riding scenes that are just very invigorating and enthralling, and it's just such a magical, enchanting film. And there is a dragon involved. I just won't. I don't really want to go into that because I feel if I do, I'll give away a lot of spoilers, and I don't wish to do that for this particular film because it really is top notch. Although it is done by a lot of independent companies together, and it was filmed in Luxembourg, Belgium, and I think it said Scotland. Yeah, Scotland. And France. Luxembourg is in France. But anyway, I don't know why they said Luxembourg and then France, because Luxembourg, yeah, it was just something that kind of confused me at first when I saw that in the credits, and I thought, why? That's a redundancy. And it really didn't matter anyway, because you have all these different elements coming together, and it's a very multi-layered story, and all the characters are very likable. Even Garth's character, that is one that you love to hate because his one he doesn't really have any virtues. You find that out very quickly. But his one goal in life is to marry Princess Luna because to him it would provide more solvency for the kingdom. So he's in it for the money. What a greedy bastard! But anyway, I just didn't like him, even though he was played by one of my favorite actors. And Michael Clarke Duncan, oh, he was just absolutely exquisite in this movie, and he's so funny. And there's a lot of comedy in this. It's really enjoyable. Most of it's slapstick and physical comedy. If you don't like that kind of thing, then you might not like George and the Dragon, but it doesn't have a lot of that. There are a lot of lines that are just witty, and there's one that's a pun. Um, it's over and done with, and they don't really rely too much on pun-related humor, thank God. Um, there are a lot of good morals and values that are introduced through this story of fantasy, and it's actually not uncommon for a fantastical story to do this because it's a great medium to teach, and so is sci-fi. You can see that a lot in both sci-fi and fantasy, just because it's a really excellent medium to introduce ethics. At least in my humble opinion, it is. And then if you throw in a little bit of comedy, and then add in just this rousing quest of sorts, and the idea of foreshadowing. They use a lot of foreshadowing, and it's so enjoyable. One of the nuns, she was played by a British woman that I've seen before, and I just can't think of her name, but she plays the Mother Superior. If somebody could help me out, please, because I just cannot think of who that is, and it's bugging me to death. Now, if anybody can help me figure out who played the Mother Superior in this film, I would be forever in their debt. I don't know what I will do for you, but granted, it won't be illegal and it won't be immoral or anything like that. But I will give you credit in my next review. So I'm not sure if that's enough of a reward, but granted, that one aspect, I'm puzzling over it. Even still, it's still a conundrum to me. Oh well. This movie I give 5 stars, hands down. 2 thumbs way up. It's just a magnificent, magical, bedazzling film that's it's really inspirational, and I like the ending song. I thought it was really beautiful, and the cinematography is just absolutely gorgeous. There was a camera shot that you could see one of the pursuing knights, um, the fabled El Castillo, yeah, El Castillo, Cabillo, Cabillo, yeah, Cabillo, and El Cabillo is after them, and you see him in his black cape and black helmet riding on a black horse, and the shot was actually taken as a reflection from a lake, and it was just so cool looking. I thought, ooh, I wish I could learn how to do that. I really want to make shots like that in cinematography when I actually get the money to do so. I don't have any of the implements to do cinematography right now. That's why I'm doing things that are a little bit more my scale at this point, a little more realistic and not so ambitious, which would be what I'm doing right now, and going into the element of cardiology, and I might go a little bit higher into that, but at some point in time in my life, it's on my bucket list to do film, and I'm not sure who I would recruit to do my movies, but it would be all done on independent companies. I don't really want to do anything Hollywood related, because sometimes Hollywood doesn't really do things the way you want them to do it. Granted to say, although I do love Hollywood, don't get me wrong, it's just that they like to put their own ideas and slants into certain things that this movie did not suffer from any of that. It was very accurate as far as medieval ages are concerned. I don't really know that much else to say about it. It's a British film, and it's interesting that a British film would have an American actor in it, or as my friend from Britain would say, a colonial actor. I just had to say it, because it sounds so haughty when he says it that way, but I know he's kidding around with me. He calls me a colonial too, so I'm used to that. But this is just an out-and-out entertaining film that you can enjoy with your family. Although there's a lot of violence in it, it's to be expected. It's just a savage time in history, and it's a fairy tale. And like all good fairy tales, there's a happy ending. I won't say what happens in the end. There are so many good characters in this film that you just come to love, and there's a tragic happening within the movie itself that brought me to tears. I won't go into that too much. It's resolved in a rather poignant, bittersweet way, which I enjoyed. Near the very end of the film, they have some bloopers that are really quite funny, and it's just so entertaining to watch the characters and their chemistry together and their camaraderie, and it's just such a likable film, and I'm surprised not many people have heard about it, and you can get it on Amazon. I don't know if you can get it anywhere else because it's such a obscure film, but it should get some more notoriety, I hope, because you've got a great cast. You got Michael Michael Clark Duncan, and you've got Patrick Swayze, and you have all these unknown actors, and then you've got this little kid who plays the role of Rin, and I immediately love his character. I just thought that he was just a crackerjack character. He was just full of spunk and pizzazz, and he was a darn fine archer, and I just thought that was just incredible. If you want to see some really impressive archery, for that in and of itself, yeah, this is your movie. Or if you want to see some really sensational fight scenes, again, this is your film. Horseback riding, there you go. Dragons, yeah. I'm not gonna say anything about the dragons in and of themselves, but there be dragons in this movie, and if you love dragons as much as I do, then this is your film. It's not just about the dragons, but it's more about humanity and morality and just everybody getting along. And just because you don't understand something doesn't make it evil, and that's actually the crux of the movie, encapsulated in a nice little bag there, for lack of a better term. But I can't really say that much else about George and the Dragon. George and the Dragon, other than I absolutely loved it, and I definitely recommend it to the utmost degree. And I hope that other people who haven't heard of it at least get a chance to hear from it from me first if they haven't. And I'm not sure what I'll be reviewing in the near future, but I'm hoping to see Percy Jackson or Kick-Ass 2. And I've got a few films to review myself, and I just recently got the complete season of Torchwood. So in the very near future, I'm hoping to do reviews on that as well, the whole first season thing. So until then, I've definitely got my hands full, and I will be seeing you later. So I shall sign off. Live long and prosper, my friends.